Hello everyone. So today I want to talk about AoE farming. I'm going to explain how to do it for the beginners, for the people who started the game or started doing Mage and have no idea how to do it. So the AoE farm consists of four things. First, it's the pulling. So first thing is pulling. So for pulling, you have multiple tools to pull. For example, this boar, if I want to pull it, either I do like ice lance, either I do crossbolt rank 1 if I want him to come later on because the fireball, the frost bolt slow. So if I want to slow him from far and he doesn't hit me first, so I do frost bolt. Second, I have rank 1 fireball here because before having the ice lance, or if you're low level, the fireball will be the most range spell that you can do to pull. And on top of that, it doesn't slow. So if you want the mob to not be slowed, for example, if I am here and I want to pull this one and this one, and I want both of them to come at the same time, what do? I firstly do Frostbolt, then I go for the next one. Since he's slowed, he will come later on. And I go to this one and I do Fireball. So if I didn't slow him, he will come faster than the other boar. So slowing and not slowing have an importance of the order that you want the mobs to come to you. But for the casual tool, you can just ice lance. If you're low level and you don't have ice lance, you do fireball or frostbolt, or you can wand. You can just hit with wand like that and go to the next mob. You want like that. You can always blink to gain some distance, and you want. So all of them will come and you will do your pull. Okay. I don't know these mobs. They seems to slow. Anyways, so for pulling, you have multiple tools. You have Frostbolt, Fireball, Ice Lance, Wand, and on top of that you have Counterspell. Why is Counterspell good? First, it have good range, 30 yards. Second, it doesn't have the same GCD as the other spells. So for the beginner, GCD is the global cooldown. When I do a spell, you can see that most of the other spells go in 1.5 second cooldown. You can see this one doesn't go, this one doesn't go, and Counterspell doesn't go. So I can, for example, if I want to pull these two at the same time, I can Ice Lance and Counterspell on this. So I can pull two at the same time. So for pulling, let me repeat. I have Wand. If you're low level and you don't want to use a lot of mana, you can just use Wand. You don't want them to be slowed or anything, you can Wand. For long range, low level, you have Fireball. For slowing, you have Frostbolt. And when you're high level, you can do Ice Lance. Ice Lance seems to be the better option, but for vanilla, for example, you don't have Ice Lance, so you're forced to pull with Frostbolt, Fireball, Wand, and Counterspell. So that's for pulling. Second is grouping. So to group the mobs, you can do, of course, you always have your shield. You always should doing your shield. And let me just find some mobs that are far away from each other. Okay, I'm back. So for example, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. The most annoying grouping seems to be for the mobs that are far apart. So for example, these 4 boards are far apart. So what I can do, can just go next to him with mounts. He won't be able to reach me. When they're able to reach me, or when I did a small group and I want the next one to come, I just Ice Lance. Always reapply your shield, wait for them. And that's how you group. You Nova them and you go away. So that's for grouping pure melee monsters. These are for monsters, so it's not a lot. It's easy. Let me just go to another spot where grouping is harder. Okay, so for grouping, let's imagine I want to pull all these mobs around me all together in the same spot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shield myself, mount, gather half of them, and then go to the next ones. So for information, if the mob is not attacked or not being hit by any hostile spell for around 10 seconds, he will go back to his spot. So attacking the mob while you are going to the next ones is mandatory for them to stick on you. So I'm going to move around these mobs, group them with me, and I have here Arcane Explosion rank 1 for it because it's less mana, so I can just continue hitting them. Ice Lance, Arcane Explosion rank 1, Ice Lance, Ice Lance, Arcane Explosion rank 1, Ice Lance, Ice Lance, Ice Lance, Shields, Nova them, go away, and you do Blizzard. So this is a very normal pull. It's very easy. There is no trick. There is nothing. You can do this consistently at any level as long as you have the talent. Okay, so for grouping, it's easy. You walk normally with your mounts, with shield, ice barrier, and you just walk next to them. Then for them to not go back to their initial spot, you can do Arcane Explosion rank 1. It doesn't cost any mana, just 75 mana. It doesn't matter as long as you're hitting them with any ability, or not just hitting them, any ability that is hostile to the enemy will keep them on you. You can even run with the same mob as long as you want. You can go from here to the end of Shadow Moon Valley with no problem. He will always follow you as long as you're hitting him. Or at least it was like that in vanilla. That's why some people can kite the boss in Blasted Lands. There is a Drake here. They can kite it and bring him to Stormwind, and the boss will kill players and NPCs there. That's how they do it. Just keep hitting them and they will follow you. Okay, so this is for grouping. Okay, so here, let's say we want to group this pack, and in this pack we have this mob. He is caster. So when I'm going to run like this, all the mobs will come to me, but this one will hit me from afar. So the solution we have to this, actually we have 3 solutions. First solution is we group them like this and we end our pool here, then Nova here, go away, and Blizzard. So we bring all the melee mobs to the caster. The second solution is, for example, we have 2 caster in a different spots. What we do is pull, then ice block. When you're ice block, you're invulnerable. And when you're unable to be touched or to be hit, the AI of the caster mobs will say this enemy is unable to be touched. So I'm going to stop casting because if I cast, it's a waste of mana. I'm not going to hit him. So I will go to his melee and do some auto attacks on him. So if I can pull 3, this warlock already took my my caster, so I'm going to find another one. So let me find the caster mob. So the mob, for example, here I want to, let's say I want to pull this caster, and these mobs. Oh, I killed these mobs. Let me load them. So for example, I want to pull this mob. And I want to pull this mob. They're both caster. This one is hitting me from there. And this one will come here and hit me from there. See? So I ice block. They will come to me. When they're, all of them are here, I go Nova. Go away. And hit them. If the caster have longer range than your blizzard, it's very hard to do. You can just skip them. But you can still manage to do it in a way or another. Okay, so that's how you make the ranged go to you. Okay, the third option is you ship the caster and you just kill the others and you just ignore the caster. In that way, you can do your pull, you ignore the caster, and you continue. The ship is 50 seconds. In that 50 seconds, you will finish your pull and you will have the caster alone and you can kill him in a normal way. And there is a fourth option, but it can only be done for mobs that only have one school of casting. For example, this one have fire and shadow. And what you can do is counterspell him when he casts. For example, if I pull this mob and he's casting Shadow Bolt, I counterspell him, he will come to me. But it can only be done to one mob, not two. And if he got two school of magic, like here, fire and shadow, you can counterspell him for shadow, and he will instantly start casting fire. Because counterspell is not a silence. We don't have the talent for it to silence, but if you silence him, he will come to you. Okay, so actually there is 4 type of grouping. The caster. First is pull the mobs near the caster, Nova, go away, and Blizzard. 2, you ice block, they will come to you. 3, you ship him and ignore him, and you kill the others. For example, like this. I'm going to do this pull. I ship him, and I do this once. He's in sheep. We can just ignore him. Anyway, let me kill them fast. Because therefore I can afford to go in melee range and kill them with arcane explosion. But if there are too many, I can't. And after that, you kill the sheep. Okay, now we're going to learn how to get away from the mobs. So we have many tools to get away. First, we have slow, like a Cone of Cold, like our ice armor. Every mob that hit us will be slowed in attack speed and in movement speed. So they can't deal continuous damage to you unless you are slowed with them, and they can have a gap closer on you and hit you, or they have a charge or a slow or stun or snare or something like that. And in that situation, what do we have? We have blink. If you're stunned, you are snared, you blink away, you remove the snare, you remove the stun, and you get away. Second, survivability. We have ice barrier, and mana shield if needed, but it will drain your mana. But so we're going to only use ice barrier, and we only let mana shield for critical situation. So what we are going to do is pull them all, Nova, Blink, or you can just Nova and go away. So let's see here. I pull these. You see they can't even hit you, but I'm going to pull this one. He's far away. Now Arcane Explosion. Arcane Explosion. Again, Arcane Explosion. And here I'm in a critical situation. I need to go away. Nova and move. As simple as that. Now for killing them, you do Blizzard. You can do Icy Vein and pop your trinket like this and Blizzard again. For example, a mob is coming here. What do? I come here with Blink, Nova again, and continue. That's how you dodge mobs in a crowded place. And that's how you kill them. And you just do Blizzard. They are so slow that you can just run away and Blizzard again. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. All you need to do is use your spells. So the spells that we are going to use are the pool spells, like Ice Lance, Fire Blast, Fireball rank 1, Frostbolt rank 1, Counter Spell, Wand. For example, if I want to pull with Wand, I can do like this. Wand like that, if you're low level and you don't have Ice Lance. Wand. And for example, if you want to do the pull faster, you go max range like that. The edge of the circle, you put it behind the underneath the feet of the last mob. You do 2 blizzards. When the second blizzard ends, the mobs will be close to you, but they are casting some random spells, so they're a bit far away. What you do next is Nova, because Nova have 21 seconds and Blizzard is 8 seconds, so 8. And you have still 4 seconds of cooldown. It will be nearly close to Nova again, for example. So you can also just kind of cold like that and fight them. They will only be able to hit you with spells. I'm going to show you another way of killing the mobs. It's more effective, faster, but a little bit risky if the mobs are like this, have spells that can hit you from range. So it's always like that. Let me show you on one mob. So Blizzard, the circle, the edge of the circle will be next to the circle of the mob. You see the circle of the mob, the red circle? The circle of Blizzard should be very close to the circle of the mob, and that way they will hit. It will hit. So when the Blizzard ends, you do 1 step forwards and another one close to the circle. When this mob slowed me. So after that, what you can do, Blizzard Nova, you cast Flame Strike and Cone of Cold at the same time, and most of the time they will crit together. Let me go away from this mob. And why they do crits? It's because we have this talent, Shatter. I like to play with Shatter. When the mob is frozen, which means Nova, you have 50% chance to crit. And because he's snared, Flame Strike is a cast. and Cone of Cold is instant, so we can throw them at the same time, as you can see here. You cast Flame Strike and you spam Cone of Cold. You can see my character can throw the 2 spells with the same move with her hands. Check again. Same casts. This, so both of those spells will apply Shatter, so you have 50% chance to crit. On top of that, your natural crit, so it have 60% to crit on both spells. So what you can do, you group up. Let me show you the perfect pool for normal mobs. Let me just gather a good amount. For example, here. Group them. Wait, they gather up. So blizzard, like this. After the first blizzard, I jump and move, then another blizzard. Because the slow is 4.5 seconds. And in that time, I can just gain another inch of distance. After that, my Nova is ready. I go like this. On the sides, Nova, Flame Strike, and Cone of Cold, and they will die. If they don't die, 1 Arcane Explosion, or maybe 2. You can always move, so they don't hit you if you're low HP. And that's how you kill them. So we have 4 axes: pulling, grouping, getting away, and killing. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.